have in the city, the air quality and the effect that it has on the environment. So I wrote an article earlier this year about what kind of a winter we had and what sort of air quality we had last year, December, during the months of winter. And the surprising thing is that that article holds exactly true today, because nothing has changed. We're exactly where we were a year back. We're again talking about it. We're trying to do something about it, but I think we're being unable to do anything and nothing's being done. No matter how much money you have in the city, you cannot afford the most basic necessity of clean air, given the kind of life that we have here. We live in a city with one of the worst air quality indexes in the world. The air quality index is generally moderate, which is 101 to about 200 between Jan and September. And then it drastically deteriorates to very poor, which is 301 to 400. Severe, which is 401 to 500, or hazardous, which is more than 500. Once it goes more than 500, it's considered to be hazardous between October to December. And this time they even declared a health emergency. And people were moving about as usual. You go to the markets, there were people there. I don't know what kind of an emergency that was. It just didn't seem like one. The malls were full. It was something that really, really surprised me. Well, I think something that most people elsewhere in the world can just take for granted has become a luxury for us in Delhi today. So an environmentalist told me the other day that this kind of continuous exposure to such high levels of pollution is unprecedented anywhere else in the world. Elsewhere in the world, when this happens, and it's not like it's never happened anywhere else, it has happened in China. Air pollution levels have increased drastically elsewhere as well, but then there's been immediate action that's been taken. They have done everything that has been within their grasp to bring it down. But what is really shocking is that people are going about their normal lives as if nothing is wrong, as if nothing is happening. So it's a very popular misconception. There are some people who argue and tend to think that this is building immunity somehow in children or in your bodies. I'm sorry, that is grossly incorrect. Whoever is telling that to you or whatever is making you think that is just wrong. You cannot develop immunity by being exposed to pollution for long durations of time. Well, I'm sorry, I know it's a very, it's a sad sort of thing to talk about and not something that you want probably to start off your evening with. But as per the figures, in India, air pollution is the third highest cause of death among all health risks, ranking even above smoking. So more people die because of air pollution than they die because they smoke. Think about that. Every year, more people die from air pollution related diseases than from road traffic injuries or even malaria. So just because you don't want to accept data does not change data. This is data. These are facts. And as per records, long-term exposure to air pollution has contributed to nearly 5 million deaths from stroke, diabetes, heart attack, lung cancer and chronic lung disease in 2017. This is data from 2017. Out of which 3 million deaths were directly attributed to PM 2.5. Half of which are generated only in India and China. Think about that. As per a study titled State of Global Air 2019, now the study was earlier this year, the average life of a South Asian child growing up in the current high levels of air pollution will be shortened by 2.5 years. That means your children and my children, just by virtue of being born here and being raised here, are losing their life. In medical terms, it's called years of life lost. Ask your doctor the next time, talk to him about it. This is a really, really scary prospect. and one that makes me want to leave the city and country along with my child, to be very honest. So doing a little bit of research on my own, here is what I found. 1. Children are more at risk from the effects of pollution since they have faster breathing rates and their lungs are still developing. 2. Children exposed to high pollution are more likely to have reduced lung function as they grow up as adults. 3. Long-term exposure to air pollution may cause asthma in children as they grow older. 4. Pregnant women exposed to air pollution can cause hindrance to the development of the brain and later cognitive problems in the child. And these are all things that I found from various studies that are out there. If you just go on various health forums, there are these studies that have been done by various organizations, like WHO for example. As per the World Health Organization in Delhi, the poor air quality irreversibly damages the lungs of 2.2 million, which is almost 50% of the children in the city. So there's no way of sugarcoating this. I think as a parent, I'm really worried and afraid for my child. I really want that there should be a solution. I think if this is not an emergency, a national emergency, I really don't know what is, because children are the future of the country.